I'm Rob Whitfield with the Orange County Register, and welcome to OCN2 for Tuesday, August 25th. The city of Laguna Beach must return more than $1 million of federal funds it received to help rebuild Bluebird Canyon after the devastating June 2005 landslide that brought down 12 homes. A federal audit says the city did not have legal responsibility to install new sewer lines, demolish private property structures and foundations, remove debris, and perform other work for private property owners. The city council has reached an agreement with the auditor, and once a final report is received, Measure A funds from the half-cent tax hike passed in December of 2005 will most likely be used to pay the money back. A large swell knocked a man off his 14-foot aluminum boat yesterday afternoon, leaving him treading water and clinging to a life preserver while his boat floated ashore without him. Paul Pierce, a former lifeguard, watched as his boat circled him, hoping it would pass close enough for him to climb back in. Instead, the boat headed for shore. A 45-foot sailboat soon passed Pierce's empty boat and began looking for its occupants, and soon saw Pierce waving his shirt to get their attention. The 5 people aboard the ship then rescued the fisherman and brought him to shore, where he was reunited with his boat at Lifeguard Tower 22. Lax oversight of Great Park contractors led to possible overbilling and issues with travel and reimbursable expenses, according to an audit of the Great Park Design Studio that has park critics calling for a more in-depth look at how millions of dollars worth of contracts were carried out. But park officials say they have already addressed the concerns outlined in what they describe as a routine audit of the private design studio tasked with creating the overall vision for Irvine's Great Park, and claimed the problems didn't extend to more recent contracts. The audit focused on only a portion of the work carried out by the Great Park Design Studio, namely an initial approximately $11 million master design contract approved in 2006. A subsequent approximately $28 million schematic design contract was not included, although city officials noted that it would also be subject to an independent audit. Volunteers will gather again at Fay Lane Elementary School in Garden Grove to rebuild a library that was burned in an electrical fire Saturday morning. The school's new reading room burned barely 12 hours after more than 150 volunteers had spent an entire day building shelves, tables, and stacking books. The school's principal says they will rebuild and have the library ready when school starts on September 10th. At 86 years old, Joe Moriale is the oldest toll booth operator in Orange County, maybe the country. He's worked part-time in the 4.5 by 10-foot booth for 13 years. But Joe wasn't always a toll booth guy. He was a mountain climber, a painter, computer industry executive, and a sergeant in World War II who named his tank Rosalie. And you can read more about Joe and his life by clicking Read the Story below. And you can read more about all of these stories and get your breaking news all day at ocregister.com.